A father and son, a bond so strong, talking hockey all day long. Royally Quacked, their podcast show, sharing stories, highs and lows. From the Kings to the Ducks they go. Shout and go, Kings go, Quack Quack they cheer. A father and son, their passion sincere on the ice. Their love appears through the highs and lows in the years.
Good morning, hockey fans. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Southern California, and we're going to bring you episode 115 of Royally Quacked. Cody, how was your week?
Good. I went to the Dodgers game last night. It was a lot of fun.
Pitcher's duel.
It was a pitcher's duel.
Detmers looked pretty good.
He did look really good. The first base umpire did not look good to start because he literally had 2 overturned replay calls in the first 2 innings or so. And one of them, the first one, I will give him close. The second one, not even close. Like, he messed that one up bad. And like I said, I saw the replay. I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely getting overturned. And it was like in favor of the, it was in favor of the Angels. And when I saw the replay, I'm like, oh yeah, he's out. Like, no doubt. Yeah, Adam says at least the right team won. Yeah, honestly, I don't care. Like I said, I read my Angels stuff there. Not one person said anything to me. Of course, I wasn't worried about getting into a fight or anything, because if someone's like, oh yeah, the Angels suck, I'm like, yes they do, sir. Or I would have just gone along with it because what they're saying is pretty much true. But as I said, it ended with Freeman walking it off in the bottom of the 9th, which as soon as I saw him come up, I'm like, yeah, I had a feeling like he's gonna hit a home run here and win it, and then boom, it was like 2 pitches later, home run. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. So
okay, I think we ought to start off with something funny. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Hold on, before we get to that, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, but at the game last night, so I don't know how like you don't know who this guy is, but I already showed you a picture of him. So when me and my buddy were walking around at the Dodgers team store, my buddy's like, hey, the guy that eats the food and throws his glasses is here. I'm like, and I knew who it was because I see his videos all the time. So we saw him outside the team store, and I took a picture with his name is Jordan. If you haven't looked up, look up Jordan the Stallion on Instagram and TikTok. He does like videos with like Idris Elba, Michael B. Jordan, Glenn Powell. Like he said, he's very popular. Like he said, really nice guy. I almost wanted to tell him like, hey, can you throw my glasses for me, please? Like in a funny way, because that's what he's known for. I'll have to show you one of his videos later, Dad. You'll laugh.
I'm sure I will.
Adam says, why do I feel like I'm about to get attacked?
It's not an attack, Adam. It's not. We did. Obviously, everyone. I mean, I'm going to spoil one thing about league news. Dylan Larkin requested a trade from Detroit, and when stuff like that happens, sometimes, like I was at work, so I texted Cody, and he goes,
"Oh,
I said,
this,
yeah." Dylan Larkin requested a trade from Detroit. He goes, I saw that. I go, we will take him. I mean, we need another center. He'd look great being the Ducks 2C. I told him, I'll fight you for him. Cody, and I told him, and then he said, we have better pieces to trade than you, and we have a coach too. I go, you don't need him. I go, he could be our 1C. Then he asked me, who would I trade for him? This is where it got funny. I go, you and Adam, LOL. And he goes, I don't think Detroit would like that trade. And then I said, okay, Adam. And Cody came back, well, I do think Detroit needs a backup goalie, laugh out loud. See, I got Adam a job in the NHL. I think we should put this text on the pod was my next thing to say because it had me laughing. So, Adam, I was trying to get you a job with the NHL. It really wasn't that much of a slap in the face.
So, Adam, I just want to thank you for your services for not doing anything with the Ducks, but getting traded to Detroit and being Gibson's backup so we can get Larkin. Thank you for your services. No, I kind of did finish my story, but it's kind of hard to talk about the Jordan guy just because you got to look up his videos on TikTok and Instagram. He's so funny. He has like this industrial juicer thing, and he'll try to juice everything, and he's funny. If you remind me later when we come over, I'll show you his videos.
Okay, sounds good.
He's so funny. We had a good time last night. We left before the walk-off home run happened, but my buddy drove, and it was his first Dodgers game. He's like, hey, you want to leave? I'm like, hey, bro, it's up to you. You drove. It's your first Dodgers game. If you want to leave, we'll leave. And I introduced him to Freddy's. We stopped at Freddy's on the way back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he because
the one in Norco?
Yeah, because he lives in Hemet, so it was just easier for us to go down, the 60.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And then we just took Gilman Springs home. It was just easier for him. So it was funny because on the way there we went to Baker's because we were gonna go to Jack in the Box, and we've talked about we need a Baker's in Marietta or Temecula area. We need a Baker's out here. And
so what's sacrilegious about that, Adam?
I don't know. But and I forgot that he knows Baker's too. And I was like, hey, let's have Baker's. He's like, yes. He's like, do you know where one is? I'm like, yes, get the hell over to because we went to the one off of Maine over there.
Yeah. Oh, leaving the game early.
I said it wasn't my choice. I wanted to stay, but like I said, he was driving. It was his first. He's a Dodgers fan. It was his first time at Dodger Stadium. I was like, hey, it's completely up to you. But we didn't also want to sit in an hour and a half just waiting in the car, waiting to leave.
Yeah,
Dodgers parking is horrible.
I could actually, I understand. Yes, it is.
Like I said, I'm not one to. If it's a game like that, I don't like to leave early. But like I said, he was my ride, so I kind of,
My parents used to let me once a season ditch school for a day, and me and a couple friends would go to one of those day Dodger games. And you talk about, even way back then, it was hell getting out of the parking lot. Hell getting onto the freeway. So basically we would just stay in our seats until it was pretty much empty, walk out to the parking lot when it was empty, and it was still hell on the freeway, but at least we got out of Dodger Stadium. So so I started at 5 years old a Dodger fan. Because but my dad took me to a Dodger game. I think we saw Bill Singer pitch. Sandy Koufax was still pitching then. I really wanted to see him because he was probably the best pitcher in baseball at the time.
Yeah.
But, once I turned 8, we started going to Angel games more, and I still like the Dodgers. I just lost interest in them during the McCourt era. That just was such a joke.
Me right now with the Artie era.
Well, the Artie era is making it very hard to be an Angel fan. That's for sure.
Very hard.
But we were at that one game against the A's where they lost in extra innings, 3-2. But they had that whole group up in the upper section of the right field.
Oh, the tarps off movement.
Oh, sell the team. They got.
There's another chant. I just can't say it on here.
We heard that one too.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I said, I had a great time last night at the Dodger game. Like I said, the only issue I had was this lady next to us. I kid you not, did not stop talking the entire time. Like she was drinking her alcoholic beverage, and it was like she was some type of ventriloquist. She was drinking and still talking. Like I was like, how is she doing? Like I was like, please shut up. And like I don't even know what she was talking about. It was just the whole time. I was like,
well, the ladies have powers that us guys just will never achieve.
I've never heard anyone talk this much like that long. But that it was, like I said, it was fun. You know, we had a good time. Like I said, I didn't, when a game's like that, I don't like to leave early.
Yeah.
I don't like leaving early, like when it's that kind of game.
You know,
And then my buddy kind of is like, crap, we should have stayed. I'm like, hey, bro, I left it up to you.
Yeah, you missed a Freddie Freeman home run, huh?
Yeah, a walk-off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we had a great time. We walked around, hung out.
Did you have a Dodger dog?
No, because they're trash.
They're not as good as they used to be, are they?
Yeah. Plus, one of my buddies at work, it's funny. He's not a sports person, but his wife is, and she's a big Dodgers fan. And so we were asking her, like, hey, like, where should we park? Like, what's good to eat and stuff like that? And she's like, go here for parking. She's like, stay away from the Dodger dogs. They're trash and stuff like that. And I was like, cool, thank you. My buddy wanted to try one, but after she said it was trash, he's like, yeah, I'm good. He's like, I'd rather just drink beer then. He's like, I'm like, go for it, bro. So, like I said, we had a good time. It's been I can't remember last time I think the last time I went to a Dodgers game was like 2018.
Don't you dig on the dog isn't even the same Dodger.
I'm sorry, Adam. The ones at Big League Dreams that they sell the Dodger dogs there are probably better than the ones at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, they don't have Farmer John. They were the hot dog forever there. And I don't know where they get their hot dogs anymore. Farmer John used to be a very big sponsor for the Dodgers. And I heard after that ended that the Dodger dog legacy had been very tarnished with whatever they chose to pick to replace Farmer John.
Yeah.
And those Dodger dogs are super long.
Yeah, they are.
It's still an experience. Yes, Adam, it's still an experience.
So, wait, is it? Are you like experience eating or the aftermath? That's the question. Because if it's an aftermath experience, I don't want to deal with that. But yeah, like I said, I introduced my friend to Freddy's, and because he's like, hey, like he's like, what's Freddy's? I'm like, dude. Really good burgers. They have like the smash burgers, and
really great fries.
And the fries are great. He's like, they're like thin shoestring fries, and he's like, really? So I just got like regular fries because I don't want to eat anything heavy right before I go to bed. You know, like that. And he had the chili cheese ones. I'm like, man, you're bold having chili cheese fries this late. And he's like, dude, these fries are good. And so now he's like, I want to come back here and try this. I don't ever have aftermath. Okay, well, maybe next time I go, I will maybe try one. I think I've had one there before, but it's been. I want to say it was like when we all went that travel ball team, the Ambassadors one. I think that's the only time I've had a Dodger dog there.
I do believe I would like some cash for the Ducks Digest. Advertisement on the screen.
No. Pass.
No, pass. Yeah.
Pass.
Erase it. No.
I'll take it off if you want me to take it off.
I'm just kidding. I don't care.
No, too late. All right. Let's get into some team news. We're already for almost 15 minutes in.
Yeah, well, Mom wanted to put her 2 cents.
Freddy's is my favorite. Yeah. I said like because he wanted Baker's again, and then when I saw Freddy's, I'm like, no, we're going to Freddy's. He's like, all right. And it's a good thing because we both had to go to the bathroom, and Baker's was closed, the inside, and so Freddy's was still open, so we were able to like order and then go to the bathroom and everything because our beer was just going right through us.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna start with the Ducks news. Not a lot, but a lot of rumors. So, Anthony DeMarco said, beyond looking for help on the back end, the Flyers' top priority remains finding a center capable of playing in the top 6. 2 targets that the Flyers are the Ducks' Mason McTavish and the Seattle Kraken's Matty Beniers. And he said that on Daily Faceoff on June 2nd. So, like I said, I don't know what a trade would look like with the Flyers again, because what we would need, the Flyers don't have. Unless it's like a Mitchkov trade. That's the only like way I can see it, is if the trade involves Mitchkov or they're not going to get rid of Martone. The way he looked, he's not going anywhere. And I doubt Zegers is coming back to Anaheim. I don't want Drysdale. So I said I don't know what a trade would look like if we did trade with Philly. Okay. So unless they give us like a ton of draft capital and some some good prospects, and then maybe we can use those to go get someone else. Another thing is Chris Johnston says Mason McTavish, they don't have to do anything with him. This isn't a case where Anaheim is in a bind. It's more, it didn't go as well this year, but the Ducks do have some big contracts to hand out, so maybe that's why they could look to move McTavish, just to kind of save on cap. Mom says, I don't like any trade for Mac T. The only, one we'll talk about later, and you kind of already spoiled it with the Dylan Larkin thing. I would do. There was already someone that put McTavish, McQueen, and a first for Larkin, and I'm like, if we could just take McQueen out and put somebody else in there, I would do it in a heartbeat, because I would like McQueen to be the 3C, and then we have Carlson and McQueen learning from Larkin, and that's just promising for the Ducks in the next 5 to 10 years. Okay. So if we can, even if we have to give up an extra asset so McQueen isn't gone, I would do that.
Okay.
So, but other than all the trade rumors and stuff like that, there's really no other Ducks news right now.
Okay, well, we can go on to Kings news.
Yep.
Per Andrew Miller, the Kings have narrowed their coaching search to interim coach DJ Smith and Jay Woodcroft. Is this fact or fiction? I know who I would pick, but how about you guys? Who would you pick?
If I were the Kings, Jay Woodcroft. As much as if I was the Kings, it'd be him. As a Ducks fan, stay away from Jay Woodcroft.
He's going to be in the NHL, I believe, somewhere this year.
If it's not this year, it's for sure next year.
He was a very good coach.
Yes. He's the one. I wanted him to be the next Ducks coach, but they picked Quenneville. Like I said, it looks good now.
See, my thought with that whole process is that he was the one that's going to take over when Quenneville's done.
That's what I was kind of hoping for.
But then again, I would love to see something new with the Kings. I mean, right now it's like it's not a pretty sight.
Yeah.
So I sometimes you just have to roll with the punches, and you don't always get what you want, and you guys experienced that for quite a few years.
Mom, what are you saying hard no to? Was that the McQueen trade that I told you I saw online? I just want to make sure. or Jay Woodcroft. By the way, is your next note and your last note the same thing?
What?
Your next Kings note and then the last one in Kings.
Yeah,
same
it
thing.
is. It actually is. So one less thing I have to talk about.
Here, I'll just do this for you.
You're going to delete it.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. And then I'll get rid of this one. There we go. Now it looks all pretty. Okay, yeah, I figure Mom doesn't like I don't like the McQueen one, but that's why I would be willing to give up an extra one or two asses to keep McQueen. But
you
continue on with your Kings.
You better finish your word and not just half say it.
I don't think that. Wait, what?
Never mind.
Adam says Mac T, Colangelo, and a third for. I don't know if Detroit's going to go for that though. It's probably going to have to involve a first or a first and a second, probably, if it's with Colangelo. But continue with your Kings news. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Adam.
I don't think Detroit's
that's highway robbery right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Detroit's going to go for that. Also, per Andrew Miller, the three players who could be on the move are, please give me a drum roll, Cody.
Hold on.
Darcy Kemper, Trevor Moore, and Brian Dumoulin. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm okay with all of that. I really am. You know, we might have to get worse before we can get better. And obviously the Ducks went through all this already. So you guys, you Duck fans know how it wasn't easy. So it is never easy to go through a transition. Also, some good news. The Kings have signed 23-year-old forward Otto Johnson to a 1-year, 2-way contract. And then last bit of Kings new, possible looks for the Kings hometown remix per Mayor's Manor. Do you have photos on that, Cody?
I do. So here, they're not in order.
I don't care. Let's get some color.
So here's
I don't like the gold
middle one
there. I don't like the gold. I like the black, the white, the purple. Obviously, the purple is the main color.
And here's like a Burger King version.
Yeah, they had what? And then I don't like the one with the sash. I could live without the sash.
There's more with the Burger King.
I like this. I like the one a lower one on that one. That's pretty good. It just would be nice to have some color again.
I don't like the bottom one on this one. Like you said, if you see right here at the bottom, I screenshot it. It's from mayorsmanor.com.
Yeah.
We're not taking any credit for this. And then here's another one. I think out of them, I think I like this one the most. Was it this one? It was either like this one in the middle.
Yeah.
Or on the one on the top.
Yeah. And I totally agree with you on that, Cody.
I don't like I like the logo on the middle one. I just don't like the yellow. It's just too much yellow.
Yes. Totally agree. So, you can obviously, make comments, send us a message, what you guys think. Maybe something a little different than that. Maybe your own design. We'll put it on the pod if you send us a decent picture of it, or a screenshot or whatever. So we want to move on to league news now.
Yeah. So Marcus Foligno is the winner of the King Clancy Memorial Trophy which is given to the player who best exemplifies leadership qualities on and off the ice and has made a noteworthy humanitarian contribution in his community. And Dylan Larkin to the Anaheim Ducks from David Roska. And I agree. We do need to go after Larkin. I think he's going to be that 2C that we need. So
that would definitely be a step up if you don't overpay for him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a really good player.
Yeah.
Now, the Norris Trophy for the top defenseman went to Zach Wierzynski. I think it's finally deserving for him to win it this year.
100%.
So, I mean, I think Kel McCarr had a little bit of a down season for him, yet he's still pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
So, and obviously Hughes was hurt a part of the season and didn't have as strong a stats.
So the Norris Trophy voting, it had Zach Werenski in first. Of course, he had like majority of the first place votes. He had 1,589 points. Cale Makar was second with 1,191. And I thought I would have switched this around a little bit if it was me voting. Rasmus Dahlin was in third with 657. Evan Bouchard was fourth with 593. Mort Sider with 360. Lane Hudson with 357. And Quinn Hughes with 282. And after that, everyone had less than 100 points.
Yeah, well, Bouchard had a great offensive season.
Yeah. I would have had, this is what my top three would have been. I would have had Rowinski, Dahlin, Sider. Because Sider was fantastic on both sides of like offense and defense. So David Roska says, is Austin Matthews going to still be available? We don't know. He hasn't really told Toronto if he's staying or going. I don't think he's leaving this season. I think he's going to stay one more year in Toronto.
I think he's going to be like McDavid and give it one more go, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah.
Well, the next trophy, it's your turn, Cody. This is
I know. I was
controversial.
Very. So the Adams Coach of the Year trophy, the Jack Adams trophy, went to John Cooper. And I'm sorry, but he was, I wouldn't even had him in my top three. And he won it. I thought it should have been Lindy Ruff won. It should have been Dan Muse second. Like, I don't know how people were, they had, what's his name from Ottawa? Travis Green up there, which I'm like, why? Quenneville was a lot farther down than I expected. I really think if it wasn't for that last month, I'm not saying he would have won, but he would have been a lot higher on the list if it wasn't for that horrible month that we had. I would have had, what's his name from Boston, Marco Sturm. I would add him higher. There was one other coach. I just can't think of it who easily could have been up there. But John Cooper, I would have not had there.
I really thought that voting was off.
Well, apparently,
so
for the coaching one, it's by the writers, not the writers, the commentators for each team, I guess, vote. If I'm thinking of it right, I can't remember.
I don't care who it was.
It was this, and I guess a lot of people just didn't vote. There was like 40 people that didn't even vote at all.
Well, like I said, can't always control how this stuff turns out. It's, to me, sometimes, wonder what they were thinking to pick, their votes on these things were just, I think, slightly off. Because one thing, I mean, and I'm a Kings fan, nobody expected the Ducks to do what they did, and I thought he deserved more votes because he took a team that wasn't a playoff team, and they went to the second round.
Yeah.
And out of anybody that's Vegas has played so far, I thought they outplayed them 4 out of 6 games.
Yeah.
Yet they lost 4 games to 2, so that says they didn't finish well, but I thought they outplayed them. They outplayed Edmonton too. So he should get some of the credit there.
Like I said, okay. Sorry, here I have the jacket I was voting. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to find it. Like I said, I'm not saying Quenneville should have won. I probably still would have had Lindy Ruff 1, Dan Muse 2nd. John, like I said, John Cooper, he already had an all-star team. He's been the coach there, so I kind of expected them to have that same season. Like, he didn't wow me as yeah, you're the coach of the year. Bednar was not even top 3, and he won the President's Trophy. Martin St. Louis, another person I probably would have had up there. Rick Tocchet, I can see him getting votes. He was 7th. Marco Sturm was 8th. Rod Brindamore 9th. Glenn Gulletson 10th. John Hines 11th. And then Quenneville and Utah's coach Andre Tourigny were tied for 12th. And then Ryan Warzowski was 14th. I would have even had Ryan Warzowski higher. Because look, look what the Sharks did this year. I mean, I know that was probably majority Celebrini, but still, I would have had him a lot higher. I would have had him. Like I said, Quenneville should have been at least top 5, at least.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to the news. We've talked this out.
Okay.
You guys can let us know how you feel about it. We'd appreciate hearing from you, but we're going to move on. There's another trophy, the Lady Byng Trophy, and it went to Cole Caulfield from the Montreal Canadiens. And I got, the guy I wanted the Kings to draft in 2019.
Yeah. There was,
And
I
he
wanted
went
the Ducks to take him
15th to Montreal. And I'm going and look, how many goals he had? Did he have
50?
He had a lot of 50 goals this year?
I will look that up right now.
The one thing, he's a little small, but the skill was there. He even did it in World Juniors. He was a scorer for them. And I go, and I like Turcotte. I do. But unfortunately, a lot of injury problems with him. He just never made it as high as his ceiling was. And, maybe he's going to be a late bloomer. Who knows? But, I mean, I'm not counting on that. I would have loved to have Caulfield. But then again, maybe that atmosphere wouldn't have made him the player he is today that Montreal made him, because he definitely got a big role right away with them. So
he had 51 goals.
Yeah.
Adam says, I think if they would have made it to the Western Conference Final, then Q would have won. But I think he should have been top 3.
I agree. I don't disagree with that.
I don't think it's not based on playoffs, so I still think he would have been top 5. I don't think he still would have won.
He took a team that wasn't even supposed to be a playoff team. So I disagree. I agree with Adam. He should have been top 3. But but it was that last month that just tarnished it for him. Yeah.
So let's see. Andre Vasilevsky has won the Vezina Trophy for the 2nd time in his career.
Really? I thought it was more than once. Really?
No, I believe. Let's see.
He's had a stellar career, though. That's for sure. Definitely a great goalie.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't want him on the team? He's a big boy too, 6'5", I believe.
Yeah,
Which is
Hellebuck won it the 2 years before. And then it was Ullmark, Shesterkin, Fleury, and then Hellebuck again in 1920. So those were the last. Oh, here we go. Fleury won it in 2021. Vasilevsky won it in 1819. Then it was Rene in 1718. Bobrovsky, Holtby, Price, Rask, Bobrovsky, Lundqvist, Thomas, Ryan Miller, Tim Thomas. Yeah, so only two.
Okay. So on to the next piece of league news. Per Pierre LeBrun, there was incentive for Lane to stay on the LTIR as he will now be able to sign a bonus-laden contract as a UFA with a lower base salary.
I'm sorry, but this screams Kings.
They need a goal scorer, so I'm not sure he's.
You need offense.
Yeah.
He's offense. And you have a bunch of defensive-minded players that can probably offset his horrible defense that he plays. But I'm sorry, but this just screams Kings at me.
Not to go back a few steps, but Larkin is a great defensive player too. He actually is that two-way player.
That's why he's already
That's
a Duck.
Why I know there's been rumors about, Heischer, another great two-way player that the Kings would look at. I mean, it's just being able to make a trade that doesn't kill you, where you only have one line. I don't know how that would all play out. I mean, miracles do happen, right?
I don't see Heischer leaving New Jersey unless it's like a huge trade.
Yeah, well, it's gonna have to be more than what we have. Or even Larkin. I just don't really see that we have what you made that comment in the thing, and it's why I said you and Adam, because we really don't have much to give.
It's going to be Clark plus or Quinn or Byfield plus, and then it's just it doesn't make you guys better. It would have to be nothing but draft capital from you guys.
Yeah, and then that kills your future.
Exactly.
So we'll see what happens. Maybe a miracle will happen, and maybe we'll just have pretty uniforms this next year.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Manny Malhotra has officially been named as the next head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. Finally, after all that speculation that he was going to be. Malhotra spent the last 2 seasons as the head coach of the AHL Abbotsford Canucks, and he even won the 2025 Calder Cup with them. I think that's a great pick for them. Him and their new GM already have worked together because Ryan Johnson was the Abbotsford GM. Malhotra was the Abbotsford coach. It just makes sense.
Yeah. The Nashville Predators are hiring Avalanche GM Chris McFarland as their next general manager and president of hockey operations.
Yep. So, see, Vegas, you can let other teams talk to someone from your organization and let them join someone that's in your division. Because, Chris McFarland, I think that's what Nashville was literally waiting for, was just, the Avalanche season to finish. And they went and got their guy because it happened not that far after the Avalanche got knocked out.
Yeah,
and they offered a lot. I think quite a bit of money. And I from what I've heard, I believe it was Jeff Merrick that said he thinks it's like 6 years, a 6-year deal. And now he's the top guy. He's the one that's making all the calls. It's not Joe Sakic telling him yes or no above him. He's the boss. I think there's only one person above him, and that's the owner. but it seems like the owner wanted him more than anyone else. So, and since that happened, I'll just go on to the next one. Colorado Avalanche president of hockey operations Joe Sakic will return to being the team's GM. But I've also heard that Andrew Cogliano could be the next GM of the Avalanche. He already has like some type of front office role there, so I can see him moving on there too.
And I know there was rumors, especially with the sweep that Vegas did of Colorado, that Jared Bernard might not be retained, but he is remaining as the head coach of the Colorado Avalanche per a pretty good source, probably the best source, Elliot Friedman.
Yeah, which I think that's the right move. I'd give him. I think he has 1 year left on his contract anyway, so maybe we'll see what happens after this. Because there was a lot of speculation. I'm like, is he done? Would you fire him? It was a lot of speculation.
Yeah, that was definitely an awful performance by the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah.
So
Next one is the format for the 2027 NHL All-Star Weekend has been announced, and it's a lot different than we've seen in years past. So the skills competition will be made up of 10 players at the age of 25 or younger. So no more Nikita Kucherov kind of half-assing it, in the skills competition.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, but I honestly I kind of like that he did it. It was funny to me, but I could see why NHL didn't like it. So I like that. The All-Star game remains as a 3-on-3 tournament, but it'll be made up of 5 teams, and it'll be international. So there will be a USA team, Canada, Sweden, Finland, and then the rest of world team, and that does include Russia. And I already know the rest of the world will have the best goalies.
That's probably no doubt.
Vasilevsky, Sorokin, Shesterkin, Dostal. There's some. Trying to think who else is at the top.
Yeah, you have one more part there.
Right. Let's see. All-Star voting will begin in December.
Interesting.
I was trying to find the Vesna. See if there was any other ones I missed. Oh, Dan Vladar. Everyone else is either American or Canadian. So in the top Vesna trophy, that's what I was looking for.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we already spoiled this news, but I'll repeat it. Dylan Larkin has requested a trade from the Detroit Red Wings per Elliot Friedman.
What? No, I'm just kidding.
And Elliot Friedman said he should Detroit should just give him to the LA Kings.
Oh, okay.
They need help.
So this has so much what went wrong here? Because one, he's from Michigan.
Yeah, he played
at Michigan. He played at the U.S. development program that's in Michigan. He, the captain of the team in Michigan, and everything. He is Michigan blood, everything. And for him to request a trade out of it, I'm like, okay, something happened. But we all know there was a lot of tension during their contract dispute. A lot of tension. A lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe just something clicked. Like, wow, maybe this is not the place for me to be. And then not this last season, but the season before when Detroit was close to getting into the playoffs, and Yzerman didn't do anything at the trade deadline. And then after the season, Dylan Larkin's like, well, yeah, I mean, our GM didn't do anything at the trade deadline to make us better, so that's probably why we missed out on the playoff. Like he's like he wasn't not happy that Yzerman didn't do anything. Of course, this last year he did something, and it wasn't really a good trade, and they still missed out.
Yeah, we wonder how much of a hot seat he's on right now.
I think if they don't make it this year, he's done. This next year. Of course, now it's going to be even harder with this whole Dylan Larkin thing.
It depends on what they get back.
Yeah, true. And I guarantee you this: it's gonna, if he goes to any Canadian team, it's gonna have to be a huge overpay. Because I can't see, because he's a full no move clause or no trade clause, so I can't see him going to Canada.
Yeah, he almost can pick where he wants to go.
Yeah,
that's where what we don't know is exactly where he wants to go.
It can literally be like what Panarin did to the Rangers. I'm only going to LA and that's it, and that's how LA was able to fleece the Rangers. It was the same thing with
definitely would make the Kings a whole lot better.
What's the guy that went from Philadelphia to Florida? Now he's in Claude something. He's in Ottawa now. Oh, what's his name? I don't remember his name. Claude something. Giroux. Thank you. Yeah, when he was in Philadelphia, he had a full no trade clause, and he's like, I'm only going to Florida. So Florida is like, all right, well, we're not giving you what you want because he only wants to come here. So, but the only difference is, Giroux was on an expiring deal. Larkin still has 5 years remaining at $8.7 million.
Yeah, we have a question. What is LA given the Red Wings? Prospects or active roster? Well, that depends on if that's
they're not. They're, by the way,
just put it this
they're
way.
Not taking Carter Hart or Sukinski because they don't need goalies.
Who?
The Red Wings. They don't need goalies.
Why would they take Carter Hart?
I said Carter George.
You said Carter
Hart.
Did
I say Carter Hart? Oh, sorry. Maybe it's just in my brain still. But yeah, they won't take Carter George or Sukinski. Just they still have Kosa. They still have Trey Augustine. And I know they have another one down there too.
So the answer is, chances are he has to want to go to the Kings for this to work. If that's where he really would want to go, that's where, yeah, you've heard Hart too.
My bad. I meant to say George, but Hart is still.
I didn't know Vegas was in the mix.
Sorry, I'm just like, as a Ducks fan, I'm like just traumatized with Hart, and maybe that's just what came up. And I've heard his name so much lately.
But the only way it works is if the Kings can fleece them like they fleeced New York for Panarin. I don't see it happening any other way. As much as I'd love to see Larkin as a King, I think he would be what a great. I'm not sure he could hold Kopi's captaincy there, but he's a great player. It would be a nice upgrade for the Kings, and maybe they could at least be competitive. But I honestly can't see that happening unless that's what Larkin wants. So
right. The Oilers are heading towards a Darnell Nurse trade per Mark Spector. Darnell Nurse is open to being traded if it's the right environment, but his preference is to remain with the Edmonton Oilers per David Pagnotta. Hey, it's one of my coworkers, Bobby. What's up, Bobby?
Hey,
he subscribed to our channel and everything. So
hey, thanks, Bobby. I kind of like Cody too.
Yeah.
The USHL is heading west. Arizona, California, and Nevada are set to welcome new USHL franchises as the league expands beyond its traditional Midwestern footprint. The NHL and USA Hockey supported initiative aims to create more opportunities for elite players to develop without leaving the region. An announcement on team locations and ownership groups is scheduled for June 24th. June is going to be a crazy month.
June and
Obviously,
July.
well, we'll just talk because we're in June right now. But you still have the Stanley Cup going on. Then you have this announcement happening. We have the draft, and then once June ends, we got free agency. It's going to be nuts.
I think we should have announcements for the PWHL names too. The new teams. I mean, you also got the NBA finals going on. Baseball's going on. A lot of stuff in June. Yeah, Bobby says chillin', just got back home. He's on call, so I take it you had a call today. So he's our main service tech guy. All right, next up on the news, the Predators have hired Rob Blake as executive vice president of hockey operations. Blake will work alongside McFarland, who is the president and GM, in all areas of hockey operations department, including team and staff development, long and short-term strategies, free agency, player recruitment, drafting, and more.
Wow. Got
a new job.
Yeah, took a couple of years off, and now he's back. We'll see what happens. You know, I didn't dislike Rob Blake. I did not like the couple of trades he made.
The PLD trade was that was the
that was crushing. That was crushing. That's probably why he had to step down, because they weren't just going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So, according to David Pagnotta, the Habs had a trade in place with the Leafs for Matthew Knies in exchange for Alexander Zarovsky, another prospect, and 2 first-round picks. The second prospect was not Michael Haig, nor David Reinbacher.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen.
You want to know why it didn't happen?
Sure.
So the trade did not get sent to the central registry until 1 minute after it closed. So something happened where it did not get through. So that's the only reason why Matthew Knies is not a Canadian right now, is because they did not get it in on time.
He's a young guy, pretty good player.
And he's on contract for, I think, 7 years now.
Yeah, he got a nice contract. 8 years. Was it like 8?
It was 7.
7 years.
I'm looking it up right now. Toronto. Come on. Toronto. He is. Hold on. Trying to pull it up. Computer's being a little slow right now. Let's see. Starting year 2 of 6. So he has 5 years remaining at $7.75 million a year. And he's 23 years old.
So Bobby answered, went and replaced a wheel bearing and a ball joint on my car. Now it's safe to drive again. Thank goodness you didn't get stuck somewhere.
Well, he's like me. He lives like right next to the yard. Like we're like, out of like everyone that works there, we're like the 2 closest people.
Nice to be close to work. I work in Orange County.
Fun. All right. Now we're gonna do our quick ad read. The Stanley Cup playoffs are here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, has a new customer offer. When the ice gets coldest, the best players in the world show you exactly who they are. Playoff warriors turn it up round by round, and DraftKings turns it up with them from the first round all the way to the Stanley Cup Final. Bet player props, bet live. From the opening faceoff to the final horn, every moment matters. New DraftKings customers bet just $5, and you'll get $100 in bonus bets instantly.
Yeah, download the DraftKings Sports app. Use code THPN so you're ready for the moment. That's code THPN. Turn $5 into $100 in bonus bets instantly in partnership with DraftKings. DraftKings, sorry. The crown is yours.
Never heard of Draft Cream before.
Yeah, well, didn't sleep good last
Call
night.
1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
So now we're going to talk about the playoffs. And more importantly, the Stanley Cup Final, which everyone was thinking, man, this series is going to be very boring. Well, I knew it was not going to be boring because these first two games have been very entertaining.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't think Vegas had it in them, and they proved us all wrong.
Yeah. Well, I knew Vegas was going to be in it. It was just like what I was more worried about Carolina is like who's going to show up. Just because like their first line has been horrible all playoffs. Like Aho hasn't been good. Jarvis hasn't been very good. They've been saved by their second and third line and their defense pretty much.
Yeah. If that first line heats up, I think Vegas might be in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, but Vegas is, geez. The leading point getters there, the leading goal scorers on that team for the Stanley Cup playoffs. So they've played really well.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So in the first game, it was a very back and forth game. I can tell you this. So we had was it the third or fourth fastest goal in Stanley Cup history?
Yeah, 25 seconds.
Yeah, Nikolai Ehlers scored 25 seconds in. I want to say it was the third fastest. He gets his fifth of the playoffs, so it's 1-0 Carolina. And then at the 12:08 mark, Nikolai Ehlers again. So it's 2-0 Carolina. And then Shea Theodore gets his fifth of the postseason at the 13:28 mark. And then we go to the second period, and this is where Vegas starts their comeback. They get 3 goals in a row, including the Theodore one. Barbashev gets his sixth, and Carlson gets his second. Barbashev scored 30 seconds into the second period, while William Carlson scored 4 minutes and 35 seconds in. So it's 3-2 Vegas. And then Jordan Stahl ties it up 3 apiece at the 12:42 mark. So we're tied going into the third period. And then Brett Howden gets his 11th. Man, what a postseason he's had, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So Vegas is up 4-3, and that was at 1:21. A lot of early scoring in periods in this game. He scores on a tip in.
All by Vegas.
No. First period was Carolina.
But Barbashev and then Howden.
Yeah, so 2 out of 3. Not all. Most. Majority. Yeah. But Shane Gostisbehere scored his third and ties it up 4 apiece at the 11:19 mark. But then Thomas Hertl gets his 4th goal of the postseason at the 16:36 mark, and that is your final 5-4 Knights. They take game 1 in Carolina. Your 3 stars of the game. Brett Howden is number 3 star with 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. Ehlers is the second star with 2 goals, and Theodore with 3 points, 1 goal, and 2 assists.
Yeah. Thank you, Anaheim.
No, thank you, Utah. Oh, So my buddy who I went to the Dodgers game, this is Tyler. Don't trust this Bobby too.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's pick on coworkers day.
I guess so. We usually all pick on each other on YouTube videos sometimes. It's more Bobby and Tyler making fun of each other in YouTube comments.
That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, game 1 goes to Vegas, and now we're gonna move on to game number 2. And this one, Vegas scores first in the first 2 periods. Brett Howden gets his 12th. Did you see the pass that Marner did on this goal?
I did not.
Let's see if I can share. Is this the one? Yes. Is it not playing?
No.
Go ahead. Crank the volume. We got you. USPS has been.
Hold on. Let me get past this stupid ad first. So I don't think I could play it with sound. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. Watch this pass from Marner. You see it right here. He just backhands it, flips it, and Howden gets the break win, scores.
Marner's definitely proven his playoff worth this season for once.
Yeah. I want to say, do they show the replay of him throwing it? Not really.
Yeah, it's really hard to see with that little screen.
I can't make it bigger because then it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I got you.
So now it's 1-0 in the first period, and that's the only goal in the first. We go to the second period. Brett Howden again with this 13th goal of the postseason. He had 12 goals in the whole regular season. And here he has 13 in just the playoffs alone. So it's 2-0 Vegas at the 7:23 mark. And that is the only goal in the second period. So it's 2-0 Vegas going into the third. And the third period is where all the fun happened. Logan Stakeoven, unassisted, gets his 10th. 2-1 Vegas now. Mark Jankowski at the 12:46 mark gets his first of the playoffs. Now we're tied 2-2. Jordan Stahl, the captain, gets his 4th on the power play after a very controversial no goal called in Tortorella. Vegas scored, but they called it dead. And Tortorella, I guess, wanted a replay saying that there was no. I guess the refs stopped it for goalie interference. So Vegas wanted a replay that saying it was not goalie interference. And it turns out that, there was, I guess they still called it goalie interference. So Vegas had to go on the power play, and then that's when Stahl scored. So now it's 3-2 Carolina. And then Mark Stone tied it up at the 18:39 mark. So we go into overtime, and then finally someone on the top line for Carolina scores on a power play overtime winner. Seth Jarvis wins it. So now we're tied 1 game apiece, and game 3 is tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you can watch it on ABC.
Yeah, was Stone's 6-on-5?
It did not say.
Because the games were kind of early. It was really hard for me to try to watch them.
I don't know if it was or not. Let's see. Hold on. I could tell you right here. Yes, it was.
I kind of figured it must have been. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it was 6-on-5. Yes. It was what the goalie pulled.
3 stars of the game.
3 stars. Yeah. Logan Stakeoven was a number 3 star with 1 goal. Jordan Stahl was a number 2 star with 2 goal. Yeah. Number 2 star with the 1 goal. And then Seth Jarvis was number 1 star with the game-winning goal.
You think this might be the turning point for Carolina?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
Yeah. I'm cheering for him.
I would say most of America and Canada is rooting for Carolina. I think there's only one state in the United States that's going for Vegas.
Utah?
Yeah. Utah. Yeah. Do we have anything else? No. We do have one question from Rich RZA on Instagram. He says, should we need Gudis? Pros and cons.
Should we need him?
Yes.
Okay.
Pros. He's familiar with the team, captain. I would say majority on and off the ice, he's loved. I know like off the ice, he's one of the best guys. Really good in the community. And like I said, he's, Czech. So is Dostal. So they, of course, really get along. Cons. I don't know if he has what he has. I don't think we need anymore. What he brings to the team. Especially with players like, if we keep Trouba, VL, and maybe I don't know if we need Gudis. He does take some stupid penalties. He's not good offensively. And he doesn't make the right defensive plays. Sometimes he tries to go for a hip check when he just needs to play just defense.
Yeah.
So if the Ducks re-signed him, I think it's just going to be like a 1 year, $1 million contract or whatever the minimum is. Probably 1 year, 1.2 million or something, and just have him as the seventh defenseman. But I don't think he should be the captain anymore. I think we need to move on. Let Lacombe, Cutter, or Leo be the captain. I think those are going to be the top three choices. Let the young players take the leadership roles because that's where it's going to go. I think there's only one player I can see keeping a letter that's on the older side, and that's Killorn. So, but I think maybe they might do like what they did next year. What they did this year is like they had, Gudis as the captain, and then they had two alternate captains for the home, and then two different alternate captains for away. So I think at the start scene, I want to say it was like Lacombe and McTavish wore the A's at home, and then Killorn and Carlson wore them away, and then halfway through the season they switched until the playoffs. I think after that it was just Lacombe and Carlson and Killorn that had the A's, and because Gudis was out, so you can have three A's. Killorn, McTavish, and Carlson. Yeah, they had the A's. But I just think if he does come back, I don't think he should have a letter. But in all honesty, I just don't see where he fits on this team anymore. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think they need to step up on the defensive end. That's their weakest point. Even in the playoffs, it was their weakest point was defense overall, not just on the blue line, but everywhere. I don't know. I would think about bringing Trouba back. I don't think Carlson's going to want too much money for you guys, I think. So he's going to be gone.
I think he wants to go back east, like we've heard. I think John Carlson is gone.
Gudis would be the absolute last choice of who you should re-sign.
Agreed.
If you did, I agree, it would be where he wouldn't have the main role. And I don't know if they'd take the C away from them. I mean, but I think they need to step up, move on. I don't know where you guys are going to go, who you're going to get, but you guys definitely need to get a more solid defense if you want to go anywhere else in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to find I forgot about the video of did you see the video of Brandon McNabb getting nailed in the face with the puck?
no, I heard about it. That didn't sound good. I mean, didn't he have like 3 assists or something in that game?
It was in game 1.
Oh, was that in game 1? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank the Kings for him.
Yeah. You thank the Ducks for William Karlsson and Theodore.
Yeah, well, they
Trying to see if
actually didn't they have Alec Martinez for a while too?
The Kings did.
No, I meant Vegas.
Oh, the
didn't
Knights? Yeah.
they? Yeah, I think he went there. So we were very kind to them.
Yeah.
And then they won't even let us take a coach they don't want.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Is this trying to find the video of him getting hit? I think I found it. See if I could pull it up right here. Share screen. Make sure the sound is off. So Brandon McNabb is right here. And watch the Hurricanes player behind him. If you can. I don't know if it's going to show another. It's not going to show another replay.
Oh God, that hurts just looking at him. Oh my goodness. It was hands up. Hey, he needs help.
Trying to see where. I don't know if you can. Like right here, that's right when it hits him, right there. Yeah, but all right. So I'm gonna play it. Watch how fast the puck just ricochets off his face. Yeah, it just. Yeah.
See, I'd be honest with you. I'd be wearing a cage.
I think I would too.
You know,
I would too.
I would want to be able to eat solid food and chew after my career would be over if I ever would have actually played. But
yeah.
Then again, I guess, how many of them you see with a kid? The girls wear cages.
Well, the girls are smarter because who was it? Sarah Nurse, Darnell Nurse's sister. She said it best. She's like, I'm like, I was like, have you like, we're pretty. We want to keep our pretty face. Yeah. So yeah, they're smart. I think I would rock the bubble. Not a kid. I would rock the bubble. See how that's like.
Would you? Well, anything to protect yourself.
See, okay, so this goes back to like umpiring. I don't know how some of these umpires just wear that face mask. Because I feel like you don't really get protection that well. Like I feel like when you get hurt, it hurts. And when I got hit with the same mask that you and I wore, I mean, it rattled, but like I was good. Like it's like you felt it, but it didn't hurt.
Well, it only hurt once.
Yeah, and that's when the thing put the dent in your mask.
Yeah, and it knocked my
strap off.
My throat. Yeah, my throat guard off.
I remember that.
We
were working
it
together.
Didn't hit that. It didn't hit that. It hit the mask and it bent it in at least a quarter of an inch. And it's like, and your aunt was there,
mm-hmm.
and I just kind of stood there for a second, and then I went to get a drink of water, and she, are you okay? And I go, I'm not really sure. That kid, it was a 14U game. Kid was like 6'3" that was pitching lefty.
Well, this was like top teams
You're
too.
you're talking. He would have been a superstar at any high school.
Was the batter was it Jeremy Martinez that was going to Modern Day? Wasn't he the batter?
I don't remember. All I remember is, going to get the drink. Your aunt saying something to me. I looked up to her. I go, not sure yet, and then I looked and noticed that my throat guard was not attached anymore.
Yeah.
And I was dazed. I mean, I was fine. I continued.
Yeah.
That ended up being like a 3-2 game. It was a highly contested game, but that was, it did hurt. I just saw a guy go completely down wearing just the face mask. Was that in the college?
I think it was college. Like, I just don't get how they just wear that. And I know it may be comfortable, but like, it's so much safer, and I feel like you get better vision with the catcher's mask than you do with the face mask.
Well, it's funny. I worked with Trey Snyder once, and
I was there. I remember.
Well, yeah, but I was working with him, and he goes, "Hey, why do you wear that?" And I go, well, it's heavier, but I think I see better, and I'm not afraid, because I'd gotten hit doing like little league in the side of my head from a ball from a different field more than once. And then I decided, because that was all league use stuff that I was doing, that I had your catcher's gear in my car, and I ran over there and put that mask on and never stopped. So,
and as a catcher, I always had that, that mask, so I was comfortable with it. So when I became an umpire, boom. All right, I guess Mom says we need to get back to.
Well,
hockey.
we did have a question. Do you think the Ducks need a defensive defenseman? Absolutely.
No.
At
That first
he's
option.
Not that option.
No.
He's like $9.5 million, and he's just okay.
I wouldn't even take him if they. I would only take Nurse if they gave us McDavid or Draisaitl on the deal. Only way I'll do it.
Can you imagine a Ducks team with Hughes or Makar?
I mean,
they would have to sell.
But I'm not saying Lacombe's a Quinn Hughes or Makar, but I mean, we could see Lacombe being a Norris like finalist, at least a finalist.
I don't see him being Hughes or Makar. I mean, he's a good player.
Yeah,
Don't
Mom
get me
hates.
wrong.
I know Mom hates Nurse.
Well, I still thought he should have been suspended multiple games of what he did the year before to Byfield when he knocked him to the ground, which that was okay, but then he went and hit him in the head with the stick, and that should have been a 5-game suspension. I think he got 1. Yeah. And I think that just because it was a frickin' playoff. Sorry, I said frickin', but that's just the way it is.
Yeah. But to answer the first question, yes, the Ducks do need a defensive defenseman. I've talked a lot about this on the Ducks Digest channel. And it's funny how people just don't know who other players are in other teams. Because I was saying, and this is honestly what I would do. And I think the Ducks would be so much better, and it's not going to cost the Ducks a lot trade-wise or cap-wise, is go get Nick Perbix from Nashville. I think he's making $2.75 million for another year. And then go get Michael Kessering from Buffalo. And I think the most he'll cost you is maybe either Michael Kessering or Braden Schneider from New York. So, I mean, I was like, I don't think I would probably do like a Schneider Kesselring, and then you have a 1-2 right-hand shot because both of them are better defensively, and they're not going to cost you an arm and a leg like you could probably easily get both of those guys for a total of like $7 million or less. And you got two guys instead of John Carlson, who looks like he's going to cost like $8 or $9 million. And he's 36-year-old. And you have Schneider, who's, I want to say 23, 24. Kesselring's 23, 24. Perbix is like 27, but still in that good age range. And I would be okay if they went and got Schneider and Kesselring and have Schneider play with Lacombe, Kesselring can play with Mitchkov, and then have Luneau play with Zelli or Minty or Solberg or whatever, however you want to do it. Because then your right side is so much better defensively. And then on your left side, it's like you got offense. You got Lacombe, Zelli, Minty. I think that can really solidify our decor, and it's going to be young and not cost us an arm and a leg. And I think that's what's going to help the Ducks the most. That's what I would like the Ducks to do.
Yeah, but the other two players, the offensive guys, Hughes and Makar, it would cost you too much money or too many players to get one of them. Could we imagine them on our teams? Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want them? But they'd be expensive. You're looking at two kind of top line players going to have to go for them to make that move.
Like I would say to get Quinn Hughes, it's probably going to be like, I think just to get him to Anaheim or even Makar, it's going to cost you Carlson or Cutter, one of the two, McQueen, and one or two first round picks.
Yeah, and that's too much.
Yeah,
way too much.
I mean, and I think they would have to, go there, like ask to go there too. I can't remember if they have trade clauses or not on their contracts.
Probably.
So, Makar would be the only one I would be interested in because he's not a right-handed shot. But I mean, if you can have Quinn Hughes as your number one left shot and then Lacombe is your second, maybe Lacombe would have to be part of that trade too. So it'd probably be like Cutter, Lacombe, and a first round pick to go get those guys.
And that's a steep price.
Yeah. So honestly, that's why I'm saying Kesselring's not going to cost you a lot to go get in a trade. Schneider's probably not going to cost you a lot to go get in a trade, and they're not going to cost you a lot on the cap space. And then you can go use to go get both Schneider and Kessler. It's not going to cost you like a McTavish. It's probably going to cost you like, third, fourth, fifth round picks, or some type of, or some like B level prospect, and then go use your main assets like a McTavish or Minty or Zelli and a first round, and go get Larkin, and then have Leo as your number one, Larkin as your number two, McQueen as your number three, and then Paling is your 4C, and then you have that decor. I think, and that's like, I think that could really help the Ducks.
Hey Cody,
what?
You're sound asleep. Wake up.
No, I am. Honestly, I think that's the most doable offseason though.
I think Larkin is going to cost a little more than you think.
Okay, but if he's like, hey, I'm only going to Anaheim, Anaheim's like, well, he only wants to go here. So but it's also different. Like we said earlier, Panarin was on an expiring deal. So when he said, I'm only going to LA, it's either they trade him or he walks for free. With Larkin, it is different because he has years left on his deal.
Yeah, but he also has say.
Yes. So
and that's
if he says, I just want to go to Anaheim,
we don't know where he wants to go.
We don't know. Honestly,
if you could get a favorable, hey, I want to go to Anaheim. I want to play with all those young kids and I want to lead them. And I mean, they could still not trade him and just make him unhappy. They don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think Yzerman's going to be like, oh no, we're going to lose this guy. And
yeah, like Panarin would have. He was gone at the end of this season.
Yeah, he was gone no matter what.
Right. So,
but
this isn't the case with Larkin. So they're going to have some control of that. And I just don't see. You're not going to get a discount.
No, I knew we wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. It's probably going to be McTavish, one of Zellweger or Minchikov, one of them. Probably a first round, second round pick, or two second round picks. Give them their second rounder back too.
Dream a little dream with me.
It's a song.
I know. You really think I'm gonna sing?
No, please no. I don't want us getting kicked off of YouTube. David Roscoe says we're going to go on a football team. Aaron Donald is coming back to the LA Rams. It's all about the LA Rams, and I'm all for that. I really hope Aaron Donald comes back.
What a defense! That's a Super Bowl team. I mean, it might be even without him coming back. Myles Garrett, get everybody healthy. Stafford was reigning MVP, and I don't know. Sean McVay, he's the magic man. He makes it work.
If you can have Donald on one side and Garrett on, because you can't double team them both. You can't.
Well, they used to triple team Donald, so
and still got sacks and made plays.
Yeah, well, he's thinking about it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd sure love to see it happen. Big Rams fan here, guys.
We're both big Rams fans. Yeah. My buddy Tyler, he's a huge Rams. Like I would say, how he is with Rams is how we are with how I am with the Ducks and you are with the Kings. Like that's how much he is a Rams fan.
Well, I'm a big Rams fan, so.
Yeah, you are, but he's more of a football guy than you are.
Okay, I can accept that because
yeah.
But I'm pretty big on football.
Yeah, I'm not as big into football. I love watching it. I'll watch the Rams. Yeah, I'm just not as. If there's a hockey game on that I like, I'd rather watch the hockey game.
So. We've hit our time limit here, so
yes, we have.
We should talk about subscribing and liking and making wonderful comments, 5-star comments about us.
Are you taking over the outro now too?
No, just thought I'd throw it in there to get you going.
All right.
It's your thing. You're better at it than I am.
All right, one more comment, and then we'll do the outro. If AD comes back and they don't win the Super Bowl, it would be incredibly embarrassing. Whose house?
Rams house.
That would be very embarrassing. But yes, everyone, it's gonna do it for this episode of Royally Quacked, episode 115. Can't believe we've made it this far. But I've had fun every single episode. But if you haven't done so yet, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. We'd really appreciate it. Please, on audio side, hit the download, leave a like, leave a rating, leave a review. We will read it on the podcast. It helps the channel out so much. And please go on social media, follow us on Twitter, or X, which is now Royally_Quacked, because the other one we lost the other one because it got hacked. And all the other socials are still the same. And anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah, well, Kings fans, let's stay royal and let's defend the crown.
And Ducks fans, stay quacked and fly together.